Oktoberfest. Whenever there is Oktoberfest, what the Biafran people remember is the chains of marginalization, chains of killing, chains of injustice. That is why today's mega protest is not just symbolic, it is prophetic. It says Nigeria and the world, we refuse to be silenced. We refuse to be silent slaves in a country that hates us. We refuse to be silent slaves in a country that hates us. That is a strong statement we are supposed to make today. A very strong. You don't just run into your house and hide. You don't just get scared. You don't just run away. You don't run away from the battlefield. We need to show them that we are not scared. This protest today matters a lot. It matters a lot. I wish that my Biafran people should have keyed into the advantage of it. Look into it, take something, extract something from it to our own advantage. To our own advantage. The mega protest for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today is not just about one man. It is not just about one man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No. It is about the unlawful detention of freedom fighters across the world. Freedom fighters in Nigeria. Every freedom fighter, including our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpan Joko. Today, protest includes every one of them. There are so many freedom fighters of Biafra that are detained in Nigeria in different prisons. Innocent Biafrans who has not committed any crime. You saw the one that Mazi Nnamdi was talking about in that program that I played now. After 17 years, they were released without any charge. After 17 years in detention, they were released. Members of Mossad. Members of Mossad, after 17 good years, they were released without compensation, without any crime committed, without compensation. You can imagine what somebody could achieve in 17 years of his or her life. You can imagine what somebody could have achieved in 17 good years, and they held him in captivity. This mega protest today is about every freedom fighter of Biafra unjustly detained, unlawful detention of freedom fighters across the world, both non-Biafrans. There are so many people who are not Biafrans that are fighting for freedom, even in the zoo, that are detained illegally. This mega protest is also for the daily killing and persecution of the Igbo people. The daily killing, genocide, persecution of the Igbo people that is happening in Nigeria. Even as we speak, it is still ongoing. Even as we speak, today being 1st of October, it is still ongoing. It is still happening. This mega protest is supposed to be a sign of rejection of the daily killing and persecution of the Igbos that is still ongoing as we speak. It's supposed to be a sign of the rejection of Nigerian fraudulent independence that has never been. Very fraudulent independence has never existed anyway. Today is significant. This very mega protest is also a declaration to the world that we want Biafra and not Nigeria. While they are talking about independence, we make it clear to them we want Biafra and not Nigeria. It is either Biafra or nothing. It is either Biafra or Biafra. Today is another day for us to present to the world Biafra as a remedy to the failed state called Nigeria. That is why I was expecting that my brothers and sisters would have capitalized on this very day. Jump into it. Take it and run with it. I was expecting that. But unfortunately, some of us have some other things in their mind. Some of us have different thoughts in their mind. I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't castigate them or attack them. People have reasons why they do what they do. People have several reasons why they do what they do. Just like my brother has said, he gave a very, very important points he made. He made a very important point. But at the same time, in the midst of that point, you can equally still tap into what is happening today to your own advantage. That is where the area I was looking at. I was expecting my people to tap into this very program to our own advantage. Every placard raised today, every voice shouting, "Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu" is a message louder than Nigerian fake independence speeches. Did you hear me well? Every placard raised today, every voice shouting, "Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu," "Free Biafran prisoners," "Free our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi," is a message louder than Nigerian fake independence speeches. And I was expecting us to make that voice louder, online and offline, wherever you are. We take the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and take it to capsize the issue of this independent that never existed. We use it on social media. Every one of us on social media, you flood it with free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Flood it with the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to the extent that it will overshadow and cover this so-called fake independent, and nobody will hear about it. That is one of the things we are supposed to do. But some of us see it as a celebration, as you can see from my brother. They see it as a celebration with Nigeria. But I don't see it in that way. I don't see it in that way. What I see is a freedom fighter standing up to speak and add his voice and reject the independent. Disrupt it. Disrupt the independent speeches and the independent whatever. Disrupt it with the call for Biafra and the call for freedom. Of course, wherever the banner of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is raised, that is the banner of Biafra. You and I know that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have not denounced Biafra, and we never denounce Biafra by the special grace of Chukwuka Biama. By the special grace of Chukwuka, he has not denounced Biafra, and he will never, ever, by the grace of Chukwuka, denounce Biafra. So we would have used this opportunity with his picture and presence alone. It speaks volume. It speaks volume. It's destroyed whatever celebration they have. But whatever happens, let us see. I'm not sure the protest is going to last for more than 1 day. I'm not very too sure about that. What if it is more than 1 day? But because all the advert I was seeing, the guy was talking about 1st of October. 1st of October. If it's going to extend more than 1st, I'm not very sure about that. But I pray that those who are concerned, those who care about humanity, whether Biafran or non-Biafrans, those activists that feel that it is the right thing to do, I hope they will gather that confidence and strength to come out. What's transpired today is a lesson. This protest itself is another lesson to show the world that when it comes to the Igbo people, nobody cares. Don't worry, we are going to bring you, see the kind of crowd you're going to see. We'll see the kind of people, we'll see the kind of video that is going to emerge from that very gathering. Then you begin to understand what we are talking about. This day also should have been a global message. We will send a global message. Nigeria will raise its flag today, but we raise our voice louder and our message is clear. As they are raising their flag, we should be raising our voice louder and make our message very clear to the world. We are not Nigerians. We have never been Nigerians, and we will never be Nigerian. We are not Nigerians. We have never been Nigerians, and we can never, ever, ever be Nigerian. In case of those of you who think that we can change our mind, that you can cajole us with your politics and your selfish interests, it is not going to happen. And I want you to hear this from our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
I want every one of you to remember these 3 words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. I want every one of you to remember these 3 words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be.
That is the stance of the Biafran people. This is our stance, and we are not changing from it. We are not going back from it. That is the stance of the Biafran people. It doesn't matter what you think about us. It doesn't matter what you say about us. It doesn't matter your hate. We no longer care. You can hate us for all I care. You can continue to push your blackmail, your propaganda, your hate. Do it as much as you like. Who cares? We don't give a damn. We don't give a damn about that. Continue as much as you can to preach your hate. Continue as much as you can to preach your wickedness. Continue as much as you can to continue to speak your lies against us. It doesn't matter. We don't care anymore. We are gone, and we are gone for good. And today is a day that we are supposed to hold tight and speak to the world and let them know that we are gone, and we are gone for good. That is why I say we should always capitalize on the things at hand, no matter how negative it is. Pick the positive in that thing and use it to your own advantage. Let the world know we reject the forced marriage of blood and pain. We are not Nigerians. We reject this forced marriage of blood and pain. We want freedom. We want justice. We want Biafra. That is all we ask. That is all we ask. Nothing else. Let the world know October 1st is not just Nigeria Independent Day. It is Biafra Resistant Day. October 1st should be Biafra Resistant Day. Today is Biafra Resistant Day. A day that the chain in our hand, that the holding us, was put in our hands. 1st of October. A day that that chain in our hand was signed. And we'll say no to that. As Nigerians see October 1st as Independent Day, we see it as a resistant day. A day when truth confront lies face to face. A day when freedom confront oppression face to face. It doesn't matter who says it, where they are, and where they are coming from. We must not give up our freedom. We must not give up our freedom. Because from every indication, even this protest shows that the Igbo people are not part of Nigerian project. Looking at the way, the response to this very protest, the way things are going, you look at how everything is going in that zoo, information from their media, from the social media, you will see it clearly that the Igbo people are not part of Nigerian project. Have never been. And we don't want to be. We don't want to be. We do not want to be part of it anymore. We have never been. We are not. And we don't want to be. Get it straight. There are so many proofs to that. There are so many proofs, uncountable proofs to show that. Some people will ask, what proof do you have that Igbos are not part of Nigeria? And I'm going to give you a simple answer. I'm going to give you a simple answer. Look at the civil war. We are over 3 million Biafrans were killed. Look at the civil war. We are over 3 million Biafrans were killed. More than a cold blood. A genocide, starved to death. This number we are calling more than 3 million people, most of them die out of starvation. Children, more especially children, women, elderly, they were starved to death. Nobody recognizes it. Nobody cares. Nobody talks about it. It's not recognized as genocide. Pogrom was conducted against us. Pogrom. 30,000 Biafrans murdered in cold blood, including pregnant women and children. With picture, video evidence. It's not a story. These are facts. And you say we are part of the zoo? You call us part of Nigeria? We are not part of Nigeria. Look at the hatred in government policies. You call us part of Nigeria, you call the Igbos part of Nigeria. Look at the hatred in government policies. No Igbo is trusted to lead Nigeria anywhere. No Igbo is trusted to lead in any affairs that has to do with Nigeria. Nobody is trusted. No single Igbo man is trusted in anything that has to do with leadership in Nigeria. And yet, they call us part of Nigeria. And these people are not trusted. They are the most brilliant in Nigeria. Igbos are the most brilliant, most educated. Go and check their educational curriculum. Go and check their educational results. Nigeria became so jealous to the extent that they began to manipulate the results that is coming from the southeast. They began to attack results of our children. Our children will write exam. They begin to manipulate the result. And they will tell us that it glitches. That is how wicked they have become. They begin to attack the education of our children, destroying our education system, telling us that it glitches. They go to the extent of raising our cutoff mark to the highest level and bringing theirs down. Still yet, we beat it and we go ahead, and they are not yet satisfied. They raise the cutoff mark, we go ahead and we score that cutoff mark to get, and still yet, they are not satisfied. What do? They create glitches to destroy our results, to destroy our performances. And yet, you want us to be part of Nigeria. You say we are part of Nigerian project. Only a mad person will say that. Only an insane person will say that. This recent one that happened attacked the educational system of the Southeast and came out and confessed that there was a glitch. What do you mean by glitches? That a child will have sleepless night, read and write exam. The place where you have the best result, the places, the states that produce the best result in Nigeria, the best student in Nigeria, yet you destroy their result. You didn't see any other place to have glitches. In northern part of Nigeria, where they don't even attend school, northern part of Nigeria, where they don't even care to write the exam, there's no glitches there. But in a place where the children are educated and strong, you told them there are glitches, and you destroy their results, causing the death of some of the students. And you call us part of Nigeria. We are not part of Nigeria, and we can never be. We have never been. Look at the marginalization. Look at the roads. Look at the industries. Look at denial of seaport. Everything in our side denied. They deny us good roads. They deny us industries. They deny us seaport. They deny us international airport. All these denials, are they not enough for you to know that the Igbo land, the Igbos, are not part of Nigeria? Biafrans are not part of Nigeria. Is that not enough for you? In the most populated African country, they call it the biggest economy, yet they have only one functioning seaport. Only one functioning seaport because of wickedness. Instead of, and the area they build a seaport, they build a seaport where they have to dredge the sea to build it. But in Biafra land, you don't need to dredge anything. The closest access to the sea is in Biafra land. The closest access to the sea is, even during the colonial time, the place they wanted to have the seaport during the colonial time was in Biafra land. Because that is the only place you have the closest access to the sea. You don't need to dredge. But they refuse having a seaport in that area. They went again and began to push a campaign of lies. That Igbo land is landlocked. That Biafra land is landlocked. They push that campaign. And some of us idiotically follow them to promote that landlocked language. They have painted that landlocked language until we begin to dissect it. Intellectuals begin to go into it and bring verified investigation to show that our land is not landlocked. In fact, Biafra land has the closest access to the sea, but yet no single seaport operational in Biafra land. Not even one. And you call us part of Nigeria. You say we are part of Nigeria. How are we part of Nigeria? How are we part of Nigeria? Even the seaport, the people that are making use of this seaport, go to Lagos, Tinkan. A time came, even the governor of Lagos was crying that the place is too congested. They can't control it anymore. That other seaport should be able. Instead of listening to that governor was sacked completely and disgraced. And they continue to start. Go to that port. 85% of the goods that are coming there belong to the Biafran people. They are the ones making use of that port. And yet, in their own land, you have refused to have a seaport for them there. And you call us part of Nigeria. You call us part of Nigeria. How are we part of Nigeria? Explain to me how. How are we part? It has become so criminality. The criminality is so much that even governors in Biafra land are part of the crime. Governors in Biafra land are joining Nigerian government because this is a written script. It is a written script that they control everything in our land from Abuja, including the governor, including your local government chairman. Your local government chairman that is under Nigeria is working for them, not for you. That is why you can imagine somebody like Oti in Abia State. Oti in Abia State, with all the things he's doing, you call a good work, open his mouth and say that the government do not have enough money to construct a seaport. A government of Abia State does not have money to construct a seaport. Abomination of the highest order. Abia State, an oil-rich state. Abia State, a state that is blessed with oil and gas, that you cannot be able to construct a seaport. You don't have the money to construct it. It's an abomination. It's an abomination. In fact, you don't even need money to construct it. Put the project out and let the international companies come and take it up and do it for you. And do it for you. But Abia State governor came out and said that the Abia States do not have the money to construct a seaport. Abomination of the highest order. And that is how they are everywhere. All the governors, that is how idiotic they are. Look at the other one in Imo State. All of a sudden, after so many years, now that his tenure is finishing, he came out and tell you, oh, there are 8 oil companies in Imo State. Among all those 8 oil companies, none of them has office in Imo State, including the oil company that is owned by Imo State itself. They don't have office in Imo State. And he said, you're part of Nigeria. You're part of Nigeria. You need to beg for anything. You need to, everything you're supposed to do, you need to beg. You need to beg for everything. You want to pay your workers, you have to beg. You want to construct road, you have to beg. You want to put light, you have to beg. You have to, everything you have to, you must kneel down and beg. And you call yourself part of Nigeria. What a shame. What a shame. Go and look at Nigerian prison. Go to Nigeria and check their prisons. Their prison is filled up with members of IPOB. Their prison is filled up with Biafrans, the indigenous people of Biafra. Go to their prisons. In all prisons in Nigeria, go and check. They are filled up with Biafran people that have not committed any crime. Mazi Simon Ekpa gave example on the video I played about 17 men, 17 innocent Mossad members who were released after 17 years. About 23 men. So I think 23. Released after 17 years for doing nothing. And no sorry. They just leave them and let them go. Wasted their life completely. Look at our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A government conducted kidnapping. This same government that is complaining about kidnapping every day, they tell you kidnapping. Oh, Southeast there is kidnapping. Oh, North there is kidnapping. The same government that is complaining about kidnapping went to Kenya and kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, tortured him, detained him against every court order. They violated every international law, disobeyed all international law, and they continue to disobey it today. Simply because he's an Igbo person. Simply because he's an Igbo man standing for his right. Today, Finland joined Nigeria to criminalize self-determination simply because it has to do with Biafra and Igbo people. Self-determination was criminalized and called terrorism. But bandits and Boko Haram were praised, re-radicalized, put into their military, and continue to dialogue and have peace negotiations with bandits. I don't know why we use this word bandit, maybe just to get to what they are saying. Terrorists today, they are having peace meeting with terrorists. The terrorists will come by themselves, well armed and loaded with arms, in convoy. They will come and sit with the military and they will discuss and talk. But in our own case, we raise flag for protest. They open fire on us. They call us terrorists. They brand us terrorists. Finland, of all people, a member of European Union that claims to have a high stand on human rights, agree with Nigeria that every Biafran is a terrorist. Finland agree with Nigeria that IPOB is a terrorist organization. That is why they boldly come to their court and say that Mazi Simon Ekpa belongs to a terrorist organization. The only organization that Mazi Simon Ekpa belongs to is IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, which every single one of us, more than 80 million people belong to that organization across the world. More than 80 million people. They have offices everywhere. They conduct rallies everywhere. They conduct protests everywhere. Today, protests are going on everywhere, including Nigeria. Members of IPOB and Finland, out of selfish interests, out of economic interests, join Nigeria with their corrupt lies, and they criminalize self-determination. A man who is fighting for self-determination today is detained and called a terrorist. A man fighting for self-determination is called a terrorist, and they are holding him in Finland. And even his own brother, some of us are rejoicing. Some of us joined them. We joined the enemy to call our own brother a terrorist. It's somebody who we know that it is Mazi Simon Ekpa that took upon himself the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make sure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not forgotten. He made sure until the day they succeeded in taking him out, until that day, Mazi Simon made sure that the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remained the front line. He made sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case continued to trend and you can never beat it. He sustained it. He sustained it for how many years? He sustained it. But unfortunately, the evil of Nigeria has eaten deep, even into some of us, and we decided to sell out our own. Some of us today, you see, even while we are talking about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, some of them forget about Mazi Simon Ekpa, and they will never mention Mazi Simon Ekpa. They will not mention it. The same way some of them today, if you go online, you see some of them, even some content creators. Oh, governor, if you don't talk, you will die. Governor, if you don't talk, I will challenge you. Where were you all this while? Where were you all this while? It has become in the time of trend. You come out. Where were you? That is why we say consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Some of us, most of us has been there. From the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2015 up to today, we are there, shouting and talking. But you wouldn't talk. You only come out when there is a trending issue. You want to trend. Oh, governor, is it today that you know that your governors are evil? What were you doing? Okay, you were waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get critically ill before you come and talk, right? Just like some of them will come and say, if anything happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if anything happened to Mazi, okay, you are waiting for something to happen to him before you speak. You are waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to drop dead before you speak. Idiot. You are nothing but an idiot. You are nothing but an idiot. You are part of the problem. Go and see many of them. They have been there all this while. We fought with Mazi Simon Ekpa. We stood with him and we are calling for the reason of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Keeping it on board. It was because of Mazi Simon Ekpa that you are able to open up your idiotic mouth today to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is Mazi Simon Ekpa that gave you that audacity to speak about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. If not, the plan of Nigeria is to wipe him completely away. And they were succeeding. If not for the president of Mazi Simon Ekpa, who made the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu very, very expensive for them. Very, very expensive. And made the politicians restless. The politicians couldn't drink water and keep a cup. And all of you went into your shell. Now they took away our prime minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. And you see the condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dying slowly. You jump out. Oh, politicians, all these politicians, 5 eastern states. If you don't do, you are very stupid people. You are wicked. Where has you? Is it today that you know that they are wicked? Okay, you just woke up. It is now that you just know that they're wicked, right? All this while, when we have been shouting, all this while, Mazi Simon Ekpa have been shouting, you didn't hear it. And you joined the enemy to attack Mazi Simon Ekpa. You joined the enemy to attack Mazi Simon Ekpa. Oh, he's violent. Oh, he's instigating. Oh, he's this, he's that. You join the politicians to write petition against your own brother. You join the politicians to push lie against your brother. You join the politicians to go and testify against your brother who is giving you life. And some of you took a back bench. You took a back seat. You didn't want to talk. If anything happened to Mazi Nnamdi, what will you do? What will you do? If something happened to Mazi Nnamdi, what will you do? Tell me, what will you do? You are waiting for something to happen to him first. You are waiting for something to happen. Prevention is better than cure. If you can do anything, do it now that he is alive. If there is any single strength that is in you, display it now that he is alive. Show us that your power now. If there is any common sense remaining with you, that you any power with you, show it now. Not if anything happened to Mazi Nnamdi, we have had that for many years, and we are not moved by those idiotic expressions. We are not moved by it. We are not moved by it. Every one of us was here. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi was kidnapped, tortured, detained against every court order. If after all this that I have said, you still think Igbos are part of Nigeria, then you are blind to the truth. If after all these things that I have mentioned, I have spoken about here, and you still think that the Igbo people are part of Nigeria, then you are blind to the truth. We are not Nigerians. We are Biafrans, and Biafrans will remain. We are not Nigerians. We are Biafrans, and Biafrans will remain. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. We are unapologetic about our personality, who we are. We don't pretend about it. Some of you might be pretending because of the interest you have, because of what you want to gain. It is up to you. If you want to pretend, it is up to you. Continue to pretend. If you like to pretend, go ahead and pretend. It's up to you. But as for us, we know whom we are. We know whom we are, and you cannot change it. We know whom we are, and your wickedness, your idiocy cannot change whom we are. Your propaganda, your blackmail, the killing of Biafrans, committing atrocities against Biafrans, your lies against the Biafrans, your name calling cannot change us from who we are. We know whom we are, and you cannot. You, a million of you, cannot change whom we are. Hear it. This is whom we are.
I want every one of you to remember these 3 words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be.
We are not Nigerians. We are not Nigerians, and we will never be. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you say it. It doesn't matter the tongue you use to say it. We are not Nigerians, and we will never be. Chibike Joseph, you say you want to join. The link is there. Chibike Joseph, the link is there. Just click on the link. I will see you and I will bring you in. You want to join the program, click on the link. Send a request by clicking on the link. The link is there on the comment section. You click on the link, I will bring you in. So, every one of us, wherever you are, don't allow the enemies to deceive you. Today is a very important day for us. A day that they put the chain in our hand. And today is the day we lose that chain. By standing to call for the unconditional release of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the release of our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release of all Biafran prisoners that are fighting for freedom. All Biafran freedom fighters, those who are detained because of Biafra, they need to be freed. All they ask for is self-determination. And self-determination is a right. It's a right, not a privilege. It's a right. Why are you criminalizing self-determination? Simply because we are Biafrans? You are criminalizing self-determination because we are Biafrans? For how long will you continue to push your evil? How long? We will never be silent. You're welcome, Peaceman. Go ahead, Peaceman, and speak to us. Let's hear you, Peaceman. If you're there, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Peaceman. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Brother Chus. Good
Brother,
afternoon.
you're welcome.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
I'm fine. I'm just coming from work, so I heard when you were saying something. What was your topic today, please?
Today is 1st of October. It's 1st of October, the protest for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release.
Okay. So it's today, eh?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want to say something. Is that the Northerners, who I think the Northerners are the people who were preparing for this protest today.
A northern person, not all the Northerners, just a Northerner did that. Somebody from the North volunteered for it.
Okay.
From Kaduna to Praia, Northern Kaduna, those Christian Northern Kaduna.
Yeah, if they are protesting, I think the police and the soldiers are not going to shoot them the way they are shooting Biafrans when Biafrans were protesting. Because I remember the time that our people were protesting, they should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 2023. They killed a lot of people. Soldiers were killing them. They were not protesting in Abuja, but they were protesting in homeland, and the soldiers were killing them. This protest, as said, that he doesn't believe that Nigeria will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But I am telling the world that it's possible for Nigeria to leave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone, whether protest or there no protest. That we have been protesting for a long time before the Northerners, some part of the Northerners want to protest. You see, so what I'm saying that the Nigerian terrorist states should release that man, because that man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu haven't done anything wrong. He's a man of freedom. He's a man who wants his people to be free. Because most of we Igbos, we are just, sitting, waiting for the Eastern governors should stood up to tell Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No. It is we, the Igbos, both in diaspora and home, that will pressure the Nigerian state terrorists to leave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone. because it will be a very big shameful something that our leader, something shouldn't happen to him. But if something should happen, we don't want to say, hey, I don't know, we should have done this, we should have done. No, we should have done this, we should have done this, we should have done this, we should have done this. For me, I stand for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released, because we cannot remain in Europe forever. We cannot remain in America forever. When a man is up to 50 years and where you have worked hard, you have earned your end, you have saved your saving, you go home and establish. If your family want to remain in Europe, let them remain. But you and your wife should go home and establish and stay. That is it. Because I am praying that God should make this thing possible for Biafra to come so that I can go back to home. When I'm age of 50, I go home and relax. So we shouldn't stay in diaspora thinking that diaspora is our home. Our home is Biafra. This is our opportunity. Obi Kubana, Chief Prince, all these people, they're enjoying life, but they don't think. They don't think twice. Philip Collins say, think twice. When you don't think twice, you will make a mistake. And that is the problem we are facing now. We shouldn't just sit down and watch some part of the north are protesting. No, we Biafrans have to protest as well. We Biafrans will just leave the Biafran Liberation Army walking alone. No, we are not going to leave them to walk alone. We have to support them. We have to support them this time around because it's getting serious. Our Prime Minister is no more around. But I know that one day our Prime Minister will come out. He won't spend that 2 years or 3 years in jail. He will come out because I pray the appeal our Prime Minister did is important for us. Because without Mazi Simon Ekpa, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, do you know that the Nigerian government will close its chapter for a long time? They should have done something bad to that man. But if not Simon Ekpa that came out, by now, Biafra history will just die for nothing. We just die for nothing. And again, the problem some of we the Igbos are having is disunity. We should unite. Because if you don't, not even in home, eyes around the world, all over the world, always be your brother's keeper. Always stood for your brother. Come together. Always don't say, hey, Ngozi Arabeze is not doing it well. This one is not doing it well. This one is not doing it well. It's not the matter now. The matter is not now. Mazi Simon Ekpa is not around. We should all come together now and make sure we get this freedom done. Because if we don't get this freedom done, it will be a very, very, very disgraceful for us. The Yorubas have been conquered. The Afonja have been conquered for a long time. I am not a tribalistic man, but I don't like the mentality of the people. Because if we Igbos are waiting for Yoruba to join you to get your freedom, we are wasting time. We are wasting time. We are wasting time. We shouldn't always think of Yoruba. If Yoruba want to have freedom, let them have. If they want to join the Funale, let them join the Funale. But Biafran territory will be secured. Will be secured. Somebody was telling me how many Biafran soldiers we have in the 40 states. I told him we have enough soldiers. We have enough soldiers. But when the time comes, we know if we have soldiers. So my Biafran people, this is our last chance. This is our last chance to come together, unite, forget about Kangaroo, Jovica, and this man living in Germany. Most of them, they are coward, Udele, both Udele, Ijele. They are coward. They don't know what they are fighting for. They don't know. They think they are supporting that. If you say your brother, The buyer will not trust you. If you betray your brother to the caliphate, he won't trust you. He will not trust you. It happened. It happened. Some of the Biafrans who supported the genocide of killing their brothers, end of the day, didn't them kill them? They killed them. They killed some of them who betrayed. Are you hearing about Nnamdi Kanu family? No. Are you hearing about what they call the Ifajola family? No. Because of what? They were betrayers. They were betrayers. And that betray, we don't know how that comes. Somebody was telling me, oh, Nnamdi Azikiwe was the one that caused the problem, blah, blah, blah. I told that person, say, yes, he was the person that caused it. But some of we Igbos made mistake. We made mistake for us not to correct him on time. Okay, now Ojukwu die. Nnamdi Azikiwe die, Ojukwu die. Before Nnamdi Azikiwe die, Ojukwu say, yes, he have died for one Nigeria. And that is it. But when Ojukwu died, he died for one Biafra. He died for Biafra. He didn't die for one Nigeria. He dies as a Biafran. And he was buried as a Biafran with the Biafran flag. So we now, I want to tell we brothers and sisters, Biafrans, the problem we have is disunity. And we have to unite. Some of, let me say, Biafra is 100. Almost 50 or 65%, we are not so unite to get this freedom done. We should come together to unite and bring this freedom, and it will benefit our generation. We are fighting this for our generation, not to repeat it, to come and be fighting. No, we want to fight it now for our generation to enjoy it. When they so that they will call us hero. They will say, yes, our forefather fought for Biafra and we got it. It will be a privilege to us, and we will tell them the story, how we began. The way they told us the story that happened in 1967-1970. So Biafrans need to come together and unite and get this done. Thank you very much, Brachus. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for your contribution. Fellow Biafrans that are watching, we are still here and we are supporting the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also keying into the protests to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today being their 1st of October, the day they signed their slavery that they are having now, that they call independence. It's a day that we must never, ever, ever forget. It's a very significant day for us, even we as a Biafran, because that is the day that they signed, they officially put the chain in the hand of the citizens, those who call themselves Nigeria. As for us, that chain is no longer in our hand. We have removed ourselves, and we'll make it clearer to them every 1st of October. We'll let them know that we are not Nigerians. We have never been Nigerians, and we will never be Nigerians. We are Biafrans. That is whom we are, and that is whom we will continue to be. It doesn't matter how long they continue to deny the truth. It doesn't matter how long they continue to go against this. It doesn't matter how long they continue to pretend about it. We will never, ever, ever back down. We will never back down. And wherever you are as a Biafran today, do not lose your faith. Do not get disappointed. And do not remain in complaint. Begin to think about what you are going to do to make sure that our words are having effect. Try to use everything you see that looks like negativity, turn it into positivity in your life. Let the negative things they're doing against us motivate you to go ahead and pursue self-determination more than ever before. You're welcome. Yes, go ahead. Let's hear from you. We'll have somebody that join us now. I see it's written there. Yes. Unmute yourself and talk to us. Let's hear you. Oh, he's gone. You thought maybe coming on stage is for fun. It's not for fun. If you're coming on stage, you should be prepared to make your contribution. Don't come on the stage just to show your face, just to have fun. This place is not a place to have fun. It's a place to make contributions. Whatever your contribution, whether you agree with us, if you don't agree with us, if you have a superior argument, you're welcome. All you need to do is to use the link, click on the link, and you join us and you make a contribution. Don't come and just stare at us. We are not here. We are not here for games. We are not here for saga. Not here for play. We are here for a serious business. People are dying in Biafra land. People are putting their life on the line. You see us talking about the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now has been in detention for 5 years and still counting. So it's not something you will have to make fun of. So my fellow Biafrans, while this very protest is still going on, wherever it is going on in Abuja today, we must have to continue to call for action. We have to call for action. It is one of the ways we can be able to increase the international awareness, the global awareness. It is important. Today, it's how to be, we have to, I say, in everything they do, we have to use it to our own advantage. 1st October is key. Every media house in the world knows about 1st of October and what Nigeria is up to. And they'll be focusing on that. So why they are searching for 1st of October, why they are searching for 1st of October, what they will be seeing is free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why they are searching for October, what they will see is the process of free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience. That is why we need to flood the internet with our programs. Any program where they are talking about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, share it and make it go viral. Every program that has to do with free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, 1st of October, share it and let it go viral. Let us make sure we occupy the internet. Occupy the internet that they cannot find anything that has to do with the independence of the Zoological Republic. I call on every Biafran, wherever you are, every lovers of truth across the world, share this program far and wide. Share it. Don't keep silence. And also stand with the protesters. Those who have volunteered and made it a point of view to come and protest, stand with them. It doesn't matter what the motive might be. I know we have some exceptions. I know we have some things. I know the way Biafrans feels and how they go about it. But stand with them. We can equally use some things, some advantage. We can get some advantage from what is happening. Stand with them. Promote it. Share it in our platform. Share it and let it go viral. Speak about it. Type about it. Write about it on your own platform. In your groups, write it and share it. That is the right thing to do. The internet global awareness is very, very important. It is very, very important. It will go to a stage where they can no longer be silent. The silence of the international communities is so disturbing. Every one of us should be able to speak boldly that Nnamdi Kanu must be freed. It's high time we begin to open our mouth and speak. For a very long time, just like some of the bloggers, they have not been talking about it. But all of a sudden, we have seen some of them coming out and shout, governors and all they calling them. Anyone you can do, come out and do it. Call out, shout and speak loud. Some of us cannot speak about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They feel that when they talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they can no longer get an appointment. Your business will not move. You're going to lose followers. You're going to lose friends. That's an idiotic feeling. Only an evil person, an evil man, for your own personal greed, envy, for your own personal interest, you cannot call for the freedom of your own leader. For the freedom of your own brother, you can call. Look at Mazi Simon Ekpa. There are some people that have never mentioned the name of Mazi Simon Ekpa since the time he was taken away. They have never called for his freedom. They never call for the freedom of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Some of us have even forgotten. Some of us, we are calling for the freedom of Mazi Simon Ekpa the first time when he was kidnapped. The very first time when Finland government did their own mago and they took him in. That was when some of them made call. Some have forgotten about Mazi Simon Ekpa. They don't even talk about him again. So many of us are not forgetting. But these are things you don't have to forget. How can I forget? How can I forget Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How can I forget Mazi Simon Ekpa? Every blessed day in my program, I play their message. I speak about them. I call for their release. That is the path I have chosen. What about you? What are you doing on your own platform? What are you doing with your own page? That's your social media page, social media network. What are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? Oh, you don't want to write about Biafra. If you write it, you lose followers. You don't want to write about Biafra. If you write about Biafra, you lose your friends. You don't want to write about Biafra. They will say, oh, this one is different. You are an idiot. You are an idiot. Anytime they begin to see you different from your fellow Biafrans, you are an idiot. You are gone already. You are gone. You are gone. You think they respect you. You think they care about you. For us, they fear us because they know we know what they know. They fear us because they know we know our rights. But you, God, they know you are nobody. They know you don't even know what you want. They know you don't even know what you want. You don't know what you want. That is why you are crying for friendship, for people to follow you. You are crying for people to love you, for people to do business. You are mad. You are sick. They know you don't know what you know. You don't know yourself. It is high time we know and learn how to preserve ourselves. Self-preservation is not a crime. It is not a crime. In fact, it's one of the things that every human being should imbibe in. Self-determination, preservation is one of the things that every human being should be cautious of. Preserve yourself. That is the first thing. Before any other thing around you, self-preservation. Look at the other regions, they are preserving themselves. The Janjaweed are preserving their wickedness unapologetically. The Janjaweed, they are doing it, they don't care. Even if it hurts you, they don't care. The Oduduwa people now, you see their own part. They are preserving themselves. They go ahead and destroy our businesses unapologetically. They don't care. They don't want to know how you feel. Cry from today to tomorrow. They don't care. But what about you? What about you? What are you doing? What are you doing? You, Unko? How are you preserving yourself? How are you helping to preserve yourself? How are you helping today to call for the freedom of your brother that have been detained illegally? Look at the terrorists. Look at the terrorists. The terrorists, they are boldly in the open, demanding for the freedom of their own people. The people that we know that are criminals, so these are people that you and I know that they are terrorists. But yet their own people are demanding for their freedom.